Good morning from a very sunny Los Angeles International Airport, where today I'll be flying on a short hop up to San Francisco with Alaska Skywest. Now, I've flown Alaska before, but I've never flown with their Skywest service, and I'll be flying for the first time on an Embraer E175 today. So I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Let's go. Alaska flights operate out of Terminal 6 here at LAX and account for the majority of flights from the terminal, although Air Canada do also have a number of daily services. Despite my best efforts, I'd been unable to get the Alaska app to download my boarding passes for today's flights, so I decided to try out one of the self-service kiosks. Unfortunately, of the 4 that were available, one was out of service and the first one that I tried crashed partway through retrieving my details. Thankfully, third time was the charm, and I was able to get my boarding pass printed off and then head off through security. I wanted to try out the Oneworld Business Lounge along at the Tom Bradley International Terminal today, rather than using the Alaska Lounge here in Terminal 6, which I'd visited a few months previously. You can see my tour of that lounge in the video above. The trip along to the Tom Bradley Terminal is not for the faint of heart, as you'll be facing a 3/4 of a mile walk in each direction along the underground tunnels that connect Terminals 6, 5 and 4. Thankfully these are all airside, meaning at least you don't have to declare security. The Tom Bradley International Terminal originally opened in 1984 to coincide with the Los Angeles Olympics. It underwent a significant renovation in 2013, and it's a very nice, bright and spacious terminal that I hope to explore in a bit more depth during a future visit. There's a combined Oneworld Business Lounge that operates here on behalf of British Airways, Qantas and Cathay Pacific, but it's used by all Oneworld airlines that depart from Tom Bradley. There is also a Qantas First Class lounge that's usually available, but this was still closed due to COVID at the time of my visit. I arrived shortly after the morning JAL flight had boarded, meaning that the lounge was entirely empty other than myself and the lounge staff. This provided a rare opportunity to explore the lounge in depth without disturbing other passengers. My first impressions of the lounge were very good. It's spacious and has a good choice of different seating areas throughout, with the only real downside being the lack of any external views from the lounge, although there is some natural daylight coming in through the central atrium. A breakfast buffet was still on offer when I was in the lounge, providing a good choice of pastries as well as hot items, certainly far better than what would have been on offer in the Alaska Lounge. The bar had a good selection of wines and premium spirits on offer, as well as some draft beers. I opted for a Diet Coke and a glass of cava before taking a seat. Welcome to an entirely empty Oneworld Business Lounge here at the Tom Bradley Terminal LAX. I decided to walk along here instead of using the Alaska Lounge today just to try it out. Very impressed with the lounge and have it all to myself right now. So cheers and thanks for watching the video. After a very enjoyable stay in the lounge, I decided to make my way back along towards the gate area. This was the Qantas First Class lounge that's usually open to BA Gold or Oneworld Emerald card holders. Unfortunately, it was still closed during the time of my visit, but hopefully I'll get a chance to visit this at some point in the future. Thankfully, I'd been keeping an eye on the departure boards and noticed that my flight was now due to depart from Terminal 5 instead of Terminal 6, so I made my way along there instead. Change of terminal also gave me the opportunity to try out the American Airlines Admirals Club in Terminal 5. As Admirals Clubs go, this was a fairly modern and spacious one. Premium alcoholic drinks were available for a price, and there was a small selection of snacks on offer. As always though, my favourite feature in any lounge is a good view. With departure time approaching, I decided to head along to the gate area. Boarding was called for Group 1, and before long I was heading down the jet bridge to my awaiting aircraft, the 6-year-old Embraer E175 long range. There are 4 rows in first class, laid out in a 1-2 configuration, and I was in one of the single seats in 2A for this flight. As you'd expect from first class, legroom was good, and the seat had a small literature pocket in front of it, and there were individual reading lights and air vents above each seat. There was a tray table which deployed out of the armrest in the chair. Before too long, we pushed back from the stand and began our taxiway to runway 25 right. The route today would take us north up the California coast, passing over Santa Barbara and then onwards up over Monterey and finally passing San Jose before we descended towards San Francisco. If you're enjoying the video, please remember to hit that like button, leave a comment and subscribe for new videos every week. Once we were up in the air, the cabin crew came round offering a choice of alcoholic and soft drinks, as well as a snack from the snack basket. Alaska have Wi-Fi on their Embraer aircraft and offer a free messaging package with full internet access available for a very reasonable $8. Now all that was left was to sit back and enjoy some of the stunning views of the California coastline. Before long, we'd begun our descent towards San Francisco, lining up for a landing on runway 28 left. After landing, we had a short taxi to the terminal, bringing to the end another great flight with Alaska. Thanks so much for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe for new videos every week.